Hello, I'm BOODFM and welcome to episode 2 of Rebuilding Werder Bremen. This is club number 4 in my rebuild series, and hopefully you're enjoying it enough to smash the like button right now. Before you've even watched it, be a gentleman, thank you very much. If you want to help the channel out a little bit more, you can become a patron. You'll find a link to that down below. If you want to win a copy of FM20, go and look at, I've got a video out, 2 videos back, I think it is. I'm running a competition where you could win a copy. Maybe I'll give away more than 1 copy. I'll have to wait and see about that. Lucky devils. Right, episode 2. Hopefully you've watched episode 1 and you'll see the challenges, the club, you'll see what I did. I think we did alright. I'd like to do a little bit better. I think I've got a bit of a bad taste in my mouth just because I thought we were so close to achieving something really good, and then we kind of bottled it towards the end, but there's still some positives. Some positives in the squad, there's some positives going forward. We're going to be in Europe. Although it's the Europa League, it's still something different. So I was excited for year 2, and I was going to try and do something a bit different as well. So let's see what I go up to in episode 2. Can't wait. Now, before I show you the finances, they actually looked amazing. Once we got the initial budgets, all our sponsorships and everything, things looked great. So I went to them and I thought, you know what, we've got enough money here. I think I can do what I want to do, but let's just improve the club, because I'm kind of going towards this last episode target of doing something. So the better facilities you get, the more likely you might attract a better player. So we've got new data, we've got new training, new youth. We've got an affiliate club to try and make more money abroad. And then they decided they were going to buy the stadium and spent about £30 million doing it. That kind of kicked me in the old budgets. But we do now have a link in Japan, so that's a merchandise link, which, you know, it's always good to have. You can get 2 of these. I always try and get them as quick as possible, even if it's only fine margins when it comes to money. More money is good. Well, what was my plan? Well, apart from signing 1 player who came up for grabs for quite a bit of money, really, doing the old boo tactic of spreading the cost, I loaned. I loaned and I loaned and I loaned and I loaned, and I pretty much loaned a brand new first team. That was my plan. You can do it, so I was going to do it. I know we loaned quite a few last year, but this year we could get a bit of a better player because we're in the Europa League. And I just thought, I know I've signed 1 player, but we've got rid of a few. I've got the wage bill down. Let's just try and save up. But can't save up when they're buying stadiums for 30 million. That was my plan, basically. Get a load of loan players in, keep costs down, keep wages down, try and build that money up, especially because we're in Europe. Try and just get everything we can pointing towards that last year where I might be able to do something good. So we'll just run through some of the major outs. I got rid of the Japanese guy, which everyone always moans about because they're like, oh, we've lost merchandise, but I don't know if that's a major thing on this game. It was his wages. He didn't really play too much. I didn't need him, so he was off. Next out the door was Davy Klaassen, who didn't really fit with tactic too well. He's got great mentals, ex-Everton player. He's not old or anything, just didn't want him. Now let's get through these ins as quick as possible. I've picked up this lad, big prospect, great attributes, 21-year-old on loan. £7 a week is costing us in wages from Arsenal. Next up, to improve my wingers, we've got another good young player who's 23. Still got a little bit of room to improve. We've brought him in on loan. He's costing us a bit more in wages, but he's going to be a great player in this league. Player I'm buzzing about is Angelino from Manchester City, 22-year-old Spaniard. I think he's fantastic. Great left back, going to be great in the Bundesliga. £8 a week is costing me. So this is what I mean. I'm trying to save money if I can anyway. Another player I've brought in on loan is a very handy player who plays multiple positions. He's 24 years old. I was quite surprised he was up for loan. I think he was up for sale actually, because sometimes a player might not be on the loan list and he might be on the transfer list, but they still sometimes will listen to loan offers, so don't always be put off by that. You know, just be cheeky and go for it. Another player I've brought in loan is Jean-Philippe, who I think's all round a decent player. He's got great physicals. He can tackle. I think he's going to suit my tactic great. And yeah, brought him on loan from Everton. Next player I've brought in on loan is from Watford. A lot of players, I think they've all come from England, pretty much. There's a wealth of talent in England, in the youth teams, and the 21s, all that stuff. And too much really. It shows you when you do stuff like this, you realise how many good players are going to waste because they can't get in their teams in England. But they could be great players in, say, Germany. But yeah, left winger, Isaac Success. Hopefully, he follows his name and becomes one. Now you might be wondering why I've spent money, but I just couldn't find a good striker on loan. He was up for sale. I think he's got goals in him. and I thought he might be great for me. I know we've got a great striker already, but I just felt like I wanted another one. If we had two, I'd feel a bit more secure, and he's got a good value. Again, another loan. This is all it is now. More loans. Callum from Chelsea, more of a backup left winger really. This guy's going to become a running theme, I think, because I think he's always available for loan, even purchasing, and he's all right. I think he's great. He works well for me, so let's see what he does for Werder Bremen. Next up is a player I don't know too much about, but I love the look of him. Rhys James, only 19. I think he's obviously got a big future with attributes like that. I think he looks great. He's a wing back. Perfect for me in my Volcano. This guy I was super happy about. It's cost me 26 grand a week in wages. We've got him on loan from Paris Saint-Germain, so if they've bought him, he's got something about him and he has got some potential. He's got good attributes now and he's German. Perfect fit. And then last but not least, I had to bring in a goalkeeper because I got rid of a goalkeeper. And I've never heard of this kid either. Man City have got some silly players in their youth team that you can go out there on loan. I mean, he's good enough to be a starter for me. So let's just have a quick look at the squad depth. Now we've got a young goalkeeper who I've promoted. So we've got 3 this year. Got rid of the South African. He was moaning. He wants to be a first teamer. So fair play to him. He has gone. But I think we look way stronger. Look at them stars now. I've got 2 very good centre halves. I've got 2 very good left backs. My right backs have improved, I think. This young guy's got a little bit better, and I've got Rhys James as well, who I like the look of. And he's only 21. In the middle of the park, we are looking strong. 4 players who can all do a very good job for me in my tactics. So I was buzzing with that. Now I know there's a lot of loans, right? But I don't think that matters. I don't think it matters me. 2 great strikers, left wings, okay. My right wing's okay. I was happy. I think we're building something. And one thing I'm happy about with some of these loans is some of them you might be able to pick up in the future as well. Or you get to know them a bit better and they're easier to get in the future. Or just loan more in the future. But yeah, this second season, I was a lot more excited than I thought it was going to be. And the bookies had a little bit more faith in us, not too much. We finished 6th last year. They thought we'd be 10. They even put us at 11th at one point. And this year they've got us 8th. So, you know, 80-1 to win the league. I don't think we're going to win any leagues. I mean, Bayern Munich. It's like when you're in France and trying to compete with Paris Saint-Germain. I mean, there's a lot of money in this league. Dortmund usually have a lot of money. Leipzig usually have a lot of money. A few of the others do, to be fair. So it's tough, man. But it's fun. And finances don't actually look that bad. I mean, I've spent, what, 15 million initial money on my new striker, and that's it. We've made a bit. We've got the wage bill down, I think. Ish. Have we? No, I don't know if we have. But I think we're in a better position financially. We're going to own our own stadium as well. So even though he's forked out about 30 mil, we won't be paying 4 million a year or whatever it was. And look, we've still got money in the bank. Hopefully we can keep that money and build on it. And the expectations in episode 2 have gone up. They want me to qualify for the Europa League this year in the league. So not just last year was a top half. They want to stay in Europe, which is fair enough. Quarter-final of the VOLCANO, I think that's the same as last year. We're going to be playing the Stuttgart Kickers. Great name. Europa League reached the first round, the first knockout round. Which, you know, you never know in Europe, do you, how well you're going to do with a team like this. But I was excited to play. Now, the number 1 guy in Germany, we all know how good this guy is, Mr. Nicholas Füllkrug, legend. Pure teams came in for him. A lot of German teams and so on. A lot of teams wide. Like, I was getting off for like 20 odd million. Which is tempting. But he scores goals. So he ain't going nowhere. When it comes to staff, coaching teams the same, but I have managed to improve the medical side of it, which is always an advantage. Hopefully that can, I don't know, decrease injuries and maybe bring players back quicker. We'll have to wait and see. Scouting wise, I've got a basic scouting team because, you know, I'm just going out there doing the basics I need to. I'm not, you know, it's not this big save when I'm trying to scout the world. So Bayern have in fact spent 202 million and recouped 65. Who've they brought in? Well, they brought in someone, you might remember if you watched the Milan rebuild, I fell in love with. He's so good. He is for me. He was for the Volcano. He was awesome, wasn't he? Who've they brought in this guy? Inaki Williams for 72 million. Imagine that. What I could do for Werder Bremen with 72 million, I'd buy a lot better than that. I bet I could get 3 players better than that. What a waste of money. Fernandez from Benfica, good player. I mean, this is what I'm competing with, man. I'm loaning Philip Billing. They're buying Gedson Fernandez. Oh, they bought this chap as well. Right back. I know Lucas Klosterman. I had him on my Bood in the Hood series about 4 years ago when he was a youngster. Yeah, I think he's pretty good at right back and centre half. So I've had pre-season. This time we didn't go to China. We just had an extended pre-season in America and did better this time. We didn't get beat and we drew a couple of games. One against New York City, one of the best teams, and we lost against LA. But, you know, it's not too bad. I was happy. I like it in America. I love it. We're going to be starting against the Stuttgart Kickers, and then we've got the Bundesliga and we've got the Europa League. So I think, as always, we should jump forward to January and see how we've been getting on. Good or bad? What do you reckon? Good or bad? Well, it was so good, we'll give it a double thumbs up. Second in the league, 4 points off the top with FC Bayern, and a few points clear of third. Only lost 2 games, drawing 4. And look who the number 1 goal scorer in the league is. I have just discovered the shittiest, best striker in the world. I wonder how many people will now be looking at him and signing for your teams. If you do, let me know how he does for you in your tactic. I don't know if is it in my tactic that's working for him? Because he's not even a poacher. He's awesome. So these are the results in the Bundesliga so far. And we started off brilliantly winning our first 5 games. I mean, Schalke are a bit crap, aren't they? Great club though. I do like him. Got beat off Cologne. Bit of a bogey team for us. We did beat Revenge at home. Check that schnizzle out. Philip Billing scoring 2 goals, beating freaking Dortmund 3-2. And then the game after that we drew 3-3 with Bayern Munich away. This is a team full of loanees. At some points during this season, I've only been playing one player that I actually own. I've been pretty much fielding a team of loanees. Beat Leipzig 3-0. I mean, we are a force, sort of. Over to the Pokal, and again, like last year, we've got all the way to the 3rd round. But unlike last year, when we come up against the best team in the country, we hopefully would have more of a chance against Heidenheim. But of course, we're in the Europa League. And like I said, you never know what's going to happen with this. And we had a pretty tough group, to be fair. Leicester City are a good team, Premier League team, some great players, and Lazio are a good team. I did still think we'd get through it. I thought we'd at least get second. I mean, we only missed out on it by a point. But yeah, we got beat up Lazio both times. We drew with Leicester, and we beat Leicester and beat the other club. So I mean, is what it is. And financially, things weren't too bad either. Halfway through the season, we only got 10 million less-ish than we had at the start of the season. So that's not a huge, massive drop-off, really. We're not doing too bad. And my squad's in a much better place when it comes to form than they were last January. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've got a mega billion loanee players, but you know, it is what it is. They're doing the job for me. That's all that matters. I didn't really care about it. So, yeah, Fulkrug's still the best player in the league. Alfred Ndiaye, who I bought last year, again, is brilliant. Just one of the players that works for me. And then on my loanee guys, you can see that for yourself. Goals wise, again, he's a one-man band when it comes to goals. I mean, Philip Billings bagging a few, sort of. Assists, we've not got anyone really shouting out. I mean, that's just what I'm lacking, really, I think. We have some really good wingers who could really set up more goals, maybe some more goals from midfield. I don't know. But I can't complain. Still in the cup, second in the league. I moan too much sometimes. I think I look at things and think, wow, I'm always looking to try and improve and look at things that could be better. But in reality, I'm still the second highest goal scoring team in Germany. But then what does that say, really? I've got one player who's scoring and I've got a few others from a few other games, and I just feel like we could be so much better. But then Bayern Munich has got 4 more than us, so maybe it's a league thing, so I shouldn't really look into that too much. So I should really be proud of that. I'm still pretty proud of my defence. I think they're still great. I mean, like, top 4 is great. Only conceding 19, I don't think that's too bad. But again, I think we could be better. But then to be fair, I've been playing the kid. So the guy who was so good for me last year, he's kind of become the second guy, because this guy, you know, he's not my player. But I like him. His contract's about to run out as well. And that's what I like about some of these loans. You get them in at this kind of time, and they get to know you, and you can maybe build a relationship. Someone like him who's playing football here. You know what I mean? It's probably the first time he's ever he's played for Forest. But, you know, this is the Bundesliga. You know what I mean? So, yeah, there's a lot of this goes on. I like that when you've got a good chance of maybe signing them. Another player I really liked is his centre-half I got from Arsenal, whose contract's about to run out as well. I mean, I did this, was it with Marseille, the left-back from Chelsea, who ended up giving him a contract, and then they wouldn't loan him back out to me. And then they put him up for sale. I ended up buying him anyway. So we'll have to see, because I like a lot of these players. And when I find a player, even if they are on loan, who fits my tactic and does well in it, I'll go for them. Because why take a risk on someone else that might not pay off? If you know he's good enough, he could do you the job. I always try and go for him. So we're at the halfway point. We've got the second best scoring team. We've got the fourth best defence. We've got one of the best players in the league, highest goal scorer in the league. And we're second in the league. Bayern Munich still haven't been beaten. That's crazy. And we've still got a lot to play for. But we're in 2 competitions. Could we finish this second year with some silverware? Let's jump forward to the running point. Well, here we are with 3 games left to play in the league, and we're still second. And I think we've cemented that second. If I could finish this season runners-up with the team I've got, I think that'd be better than winning the freaking league with some of the other teams I've done it with, because that is so much fun. I know it's not winning the league, but it's so much fun. I don't know why. I get a buzz off it. I'm also buzzing that Fulkrug is still up there. He's now joint with Lewandowski, but Lewandowski is like, what? Where's this guy come from? He's shit. Why am I competing with for the Golden Boot with him every bastard year? But he is, isn't he? Who cares? So let's see what's been going on. We came back after the winter break and beat Schalke 1-0. Then we went in a bit of a bad run, which was disappointing. I won't lie. Obviously, losing, drawing. But then since the end of February, we've won every game apart from 2, which we drew. Some amazing points, especially obviously the draw against Dortmund away was fantastic. But this, to beat Bayern Munich, the only team to beat in this, makes super special. Brought a tear to the eye. We're the only team to beat them in the league. Us. 2-1. Philip Billing, you hero. So yeah, won the last 4 games. We've got 4 games left to play against Mainz, Frankfurt and Hertha Berlin. But like you've just seen, I think at this point, nothing's going to take second away from us. Nothing. So as you know, we got to the 3rd round against Heidenheim. That's what we're going for. And we beat them 1-0 with a goal in extra time from none other than Mr. Nicholas Fulkrug. But then we may be the only team to have beaten him in the league. But Bayern Munich stopped us again. In the goddamn Pokal quarterfinals, 3-2. I mean, we put up a fight, man. We put up a fight. Rhys James had the worst game I've ever seen in my life, but I'll forgive him. Still, pretty proud. At least we beat him in the league. A quick hop into the finances, and they have drastically dropped a bit over the last few months. It is what it is. If we can get into the Champions League, that is the mega money there, right there. Especially as a runner-up, straight into it, big bucks. The world will be ours. Now, I wanted a strong finish. A couple of games left. I wanted to win them all if we could, and finish proper strong. Look, really strong. Hopefully, show a couple of these guys who I really like, who I've got in on loan, that this is a club on the up. And if we can go in for them and sign them, hopefully they'll see you. So at this point, we've got the 3rd best goal scoring team in the league now, at this point, with 58 goals. We've got the 2nd best defence. I'll tell you what though, do you know what I want to do? You won't be able to see these because they're bottom of the league. It's Nuremberg, the second most successful Bundesliga team in history, are getting relegated again. That'd be a great save. Do you know what I mean? Try and take them back to the top. It'd take you a while, but that'd be fun, that, man. So let's have a look at the last 3 games. And like I said, I wanted to go out on a high, I wanted to be awesome, and I wanted to win all 3. But we started off drawing 2-2 away from home. Missed a success. Tried to make a success of it. We should have made a success of it. We should have won this goddamn game. But we didn't. We were lucky. Fucking 93rd minute equaliser. And at home to a team we're better than and we were favourites for, we decided to try and do what we did last year and let the wheels fall off and throw the fucking bottle out the window. What is wrong with us, man? And then to cap it all off, we drew the last game, so we didn't win any of them. We didn't win any of them. Out of 9 points, we took 2. This was a pretty even game though, to be fair. Even though we were 2-0 down, to get back into it. Something. It was something at least, wasn't it, eh? But where did we finish? Did we really throw it all away like we did last year? Of course not. We had a pretty decent points cushion. You know that anyway. So, yeah, we had a 2-point gap between us and Leverkusen, but our balls up was compensated by that gap. Unfortunately, though, Lewandowski beat Füllkrug to the Golden Boot, but we were second. Second. Take that in your eyeballs. Eh? That's pretty decent, I think. Something to build on, even though most of my team are loanies. But look at this. Prize money, bad boy, goodness. We've got 97 million in the bank, and there's still going to be more to come in over the summer. It'll trickle through. Hopefully they'll give me more than that to spend though, but that's good when you think we've already improved all the facilities. We've already paid 30 million to buy our stadium. This was my plan all along. Save up and go for it in year 3. I'm going to try and sign a good few of these. Billing, I liked. The young German centre-half, he played 40 odd games for me. How do you say his name? Whatever you say his name, like, he was brilliant. The guy from Arsenal's contract's running out. I'm going to try and have a go for Angelino, that left back who's just rotting at Manchester City. Even that goalkeeper, I really like him. I'm going to try and get him. I'm going to try and go all of them, doing the best I bloody could, whilst maybe loaning some more, whilst trying to sign some more. Win the freaking Champions League. Everything changes when you're a Champions League team. Now this is the Pokal. Now if you're wondering, Bayer Leverkusen, I'm sure you did a last episode, Bayer Leverkusen beat Dortmund in last year's final. But what I was liking about this year's final, and I can't remember if the rules applied this way, was at this point, at the end of the year, so you won't find out the winner until next year, Bayern Munich were in the final against Freiburg, and Bayern Munich won the league. So I was guessing if Bayern Munich won this, don't we get to play in like the Super Cup against Bayern next year? That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? But this guy, he's brilliant too. I don't know how he does it. He's working by Schalke now. Now you might remember I loaned in a lot of players last year and I made one big money signing. Well, I might have to get rid of him. He played 3 games, came on as a sub 6 times, scored me 1 goal. He was competing against a guy who can't stop scoring. I thought he'd do more. And he's a bit of a whinger, isn't he? He's a bit of a... I don't know if I like him. I don't like him. It's his face and all. I don't like his face. Well, there we are. That is the end of episode 2. Hopefully you enjoyed it enough to smash the like button. I really would appreciate it. It helps the episode, the series, and my channel. And I really want to hit 10k subs so much because my wife has got to do a Q&A. We had a bet years ago. She said, you never hit 10k. If you ever did, I'll do a Q&A. I'll come on it with you. Well, wifey, we're nearly there, love. Can't wait for that. It'll be funny. I'm actually going away in a couple of weeks to Tenerife. First family holiday now. Our little boy's old enough, so if I get to 10k, if I'm lucky enough to get to 10k by the time I go on holiday, I might film it on holiday. That'd be quite cool, wouldn't it? In Tenerife with the beach or something behind me. We'll see. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'd love to know what you think. And this is the first rebuild in the series. It's going to be going to the full 3 episodes, which is exciting. Can I achieve anything? I think we planned sort of worked really, getting all them loan players in, and I think we were way more successful than I thought we were going to be. And the tactics working now in full flow. It's got great staff and all that, and it was a lot of fun. But it was going to be even more fun this summer, trying to buy players. Oh, I love it. I love a summer on Football Manager, buying players and doing deals and all that. It's the best bit in it. Looking for players. I love it. I don't know why I get excited. You think I'd be bored of it by now, but I never get bored. So hopefully you're not bored, and you're going to come back for episode 3, which should be out the day after this. And don't forget, if you've not seen it yet, if you go back a few episodes or back on my video list, you'll see I am running a competition to win a copy, or maybe a couple of copies, of FM20. Go watch the video, you'll find out how to enter that competition. Good luck to everyone who enters. We'll be drawing that in November, so it's some way away. But anyway, what's not a long way away is episode 3. It'll be out very soon. So as always, thanks for taking time out your busy day to watch this. I really do appreciate it. You're a legend. I'll love you a long time. I'm Bood. I'll see you later.